All right, guys, here it is. Here is the beginning of the restoration of this car. I just fixed the first thing, which was the key battery. It didn't work. Now it does, thank God, because this is a problem. I ordered this part. I have not gotten it yet. The first thing I'm going to do is start working on detail on this thing, because clearly it hasn't been cleaned in probably ever. The guy bought it at 80,000 miles and now has 220 on it, and I would assume that it has never been cleaned in the last 140,000 miles. I mean, it is so bad. Get in here. His door jam. I mean, just like, oh my God, dude. So nasty. Why are they shiny? Like, ugh. Broken screen, grimy wheel. I mean, my hand literally, I had a stain on my hand from driving at 10 and 2. Or 9 and 3. Carpets are all messed up. I ordered some rubber liners to replace this. But yeah, it's gonna be a project, guys. So stick around and you're gonna see quite the transformation, hopefully. Some other things wrong with it is that these bumpers, this one is probably glued on and this is just like that. The one on this side is good though. So this side is okay. It's a little scuffed, but that's fine. Up here, I'm concerned because I think it's missing all the clips and they tried to glue it. And then on this side, there's more of the clip, but this thing is broken. But these little parts are like $9 on Amazon, so I'm not worried about that. But hopefully I can get that on. It's also missing an under tray. The grill is also popping out. So I'm gonna have to fix that. Hopefully that's just a matter of popping it back in. Headlights are nasty, paint is just destroyed. I'm gonna try and buff this thing out. So first thing I'm gonna do is get the windows up. I'm gonna move it into the shade here and we're gonna wash this thing. And then once I wash it, I'm gonna take this tail light out because it has some water in it. So I'm just gonna take all the bulbs out, let it sit in the sun for a few hours and hopefully that fixes it. 'Cause it's not cracked, it looks fine. So hopefully if I just, let it dry out, it'll be okay. Also, the tint on this thing is bubbling. I'm not gonna deal with that, but what I am gonna do is clean this nasty, I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but it's just like his kids like rub their dirty kid fingers all over it. So wish me luck, guys. All right, here's the first initial pass. I used some purple power and came off pretty easily actually. This might have some hope.
So this here is my initial cleaning of the car. The car was just so bad that I had to clean the driver's area just to move it around. And that's why it's at night, because I had the time and I was like, I gotta just do something with this car because it's just so nasty, right? So I tried to just clean up the driver's area a bit. I kind of did the door jamb and around the seat and wiped on the steering wheel a little bit, and it definitely kind of helped motivate me to continue the project. And it also just made it more sanitary because as you can see, this is just disgusting. And I don't really like having a dirty car. So this is literally the opposite of any car I would ever own. Like the Tesla I have, I take to the car wash twice a week. I wipe on the steering wheel every week. Like I hate having a dirty car. So this was just like too much for me.
I put this Ram floor mat over the seat so I could sit in here because it's just disgusting. So I just turned on the headlights for the first time and they're so cloudy and you can't even see them on the road. Like the turn signal is brighter than the headlights and there's no high beams. If I go to pull the high beams, nothing happens. There's no difference. So I gotta get some bulbs for this car too. All right, well, I just did these wheels. They're honestly kind of trash. I had the wheel cleaner on them. I was scrubbing them a whole lot, and this brake dust just does not want to come off. But I still think it's better than this side. I mean, it is cleaner, right? But not quite the result I was hoping to get out of these. For now, that'll have to do. All right, guys, so I have washed the car. I have clay barred the car. It is now time to polish the car. I just have this Bauer and pad from Harbor Freight. This is probably like 50, 60 bucks. You can totally get this yourself plugged into an extension cord. I have this Griot's Garage compound here. It is almost done, so I will probably need to buy some more. I've had that for a couple years. It's good stuff. I did a little test spot up here on the roof. I don't know if you can tell, I did about half of it. That's kind of where I didn't do, and that's where I did do. So that's pretty cool. So I put some tape over here so we can do a really good, because I got some better lights over here. So you can see all those swirls. We're gonna try and buff those out right now. All right, so here's after the first pass. You can see it definitely got better. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better. Got a lot of the smaller stuff out. So we're gonna do another pass and see how good we can get it. But so far, looking good. All right, so here's after the second pass. It's a little better, but definitely still way better than the haze coming off of that. I just put on the polishing pad and I used the polish compound on it, and it feels smooth. It feels nice. It looks, I mean, I know it probably doesn't look that great on camera, but like compared to what it was before, it is a lot better. All right, guys, here it is with the tape off. You can see it definitely cut down on the amount of haze that's left behind. There's still a lot of deep scratches in it, but the haze is gone and it looks a lot like a darker, richer black color. I know it's out of white, but you can kind of see right there. See the color difference? It's gonna be a lot better than it is right now, that's for sure. Can't wait till it's done. I am going to clean up these headlights. This stuff right here, this Meguiar's Plastics, this stuff is awesome. You just take that, have this little abrasive pad. This was from a headlight restoration kit a few years ago on a drill brush, but I kept the pad. It's pretty abrasive. It's really good for this stuff. So all you do is you just put a little bit of this on the pad and you just start scrubbing. So here it is. This might even be a little too much, but you're just gonna put it on, spread it around, and then you just get angry at it. Just start scrubbing it. All right, so this is after about 3 rounds of polishing by hand. It definitely is better, but it's not what I'm used to with this plastics product here. This stuff's normally pretty good. What I discovered is this car has no high beam bulb in there. There's nothing there. So a lot of this haze is actually on the inside. It might not pick up well on camera, but in person, when I put my finger up to it, I can see the haze is behind the lens. You probably won't experience this because you should have high beams in your car. And so because this car on both sides just has no high beam bulbs for some reason, dirt, air, water probably has gotten inside the light and it's oxidized the inside of the housing. So that's really unfortunate. I don't know if I have room in the budget to replace that. I probably won't, just because they are, you know, fully attached. They're not cracked. They're decent enough. I'll just put some LEDs in there probably and call it a day. But here is the side-by-side. As you can see, it's still obviously cloudy, but at least you can see the bulb. In here, I mean, you can't even tell that there's no high beam bulb in there with how bad this was. You know, it's coming along. It's getting there. Here's what it looks like with the lights on. You can definitely see the hazy lens has a lot of glare on it versus this pretty much clear one. The light can just shoot right through. So that will be an improvement. Hopefully at night you can see a little bit better now. And if we take a look here on the garage wall, obviously this is the wrong beam pattern. So this bulb is probably not installed correctly. It's got weird hot spots. It shouldn't look like this. So they probably have twisted it weird. But at least you can see there is a sharp cutoff line compared to this just flashlight looking glow on this hazy lens that is just completely distorting the beam pattern of this. I mean, there is no cutoff line. This makes it darker so you can't see at night, and it also adds more glare, so you're actually blinding oncoming drivers because this lens is just shooting light everywhere instead of a direct, nice cutoff pattern that is only pointing the light where it needs to be and not up in the sky. All right, so I just buffed out the other headlight. It now has a good beam pattern again. This one is installed correctly, so it's a full beam pattern, unlike that weird vague one. They're still pretty foggy. This car probably would need a sand and a clear coat on these lenses, but I'm not gonna do that, and this is a lot better than it was. So I think it's definitely functional now. It's not the prettiest thing, obviously it's not brand new looking, but it's very functional. That's what we're going for here, is a functional daily driver car.
Alright, so I'll just put in this clip. A few weeks later, I did buy some headlights off of Facebook Marketplace, and I was actually able to sell the old ones for the same price as the new ones, so they were basically free. These look like they're off of an SE Camry, so they're the darker style lens. And obviously they're brand new aftermarket lenses, so they're crystal clear. I got some LED bulbs in it. As you can see, the high beam doesn't even work on the passenger side. And I actually discovered that the driver's side bulb was like melted and falling in. So that's why that beam pattern was weird. But yeah, it looks great now.
All right, guys, this one's going to be a bit of a challenge. This is just absolutely destroyed. Lots of what looks like dog scratches and the bumper's not fully attached, so this one is gonna be a handful to buff out, but I'll let you know how it goes. All right, well, after just one pass, it is better. See, right here is where I stopped. I didn't do the whole panel. A lot of the lighter ones are gone. I mean, there's obviously some big, deep ones in there that are gonna stick around, but they are just harder to see compared to all this. So, that's the progress. I'll do one more pass. All right, this is after the second pass. It's better. It's looking good. There's definitely a lot less of the little scratches. I'm gonna do the rest of the car and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. All right, check that out. That's the driver's door handle that's broken off, and I taped half of it. And just one quick little pass of the buffer, and it looks a lot better. From a distance, it looks better. And this is definitely part of that.
All right, here's some photos of it once it was done. I was so exhausted after this, and I was a little disappointed that I didn't get more of the scratches out. And unfortunately, a lot of the scratches were deep, and then the compound filled the scratches, and they were like white scratches now in a black car, which looked pretty bad.
All right, guys, check this out. I got the driver floor mat out. It's pretty gnarly. And I got the passenger one here. That's literally just like grease stuck to the floor. Here's what it looks like inside. It looks like at some point there was a rodent that was eating the foam, so that's great. But check this out over here. I pulled out the driver's side trunk release and the fuel door, and all of this dust was underneath it. Just this nasty, gross dirt under there too. So that's gonna be fun to clean. I took it to the car wash, should have used their vacuums to vacuum their back out, and I should have taken this out first. I wish I did, but we'll get it clean.
Up next, we have the interior detail. I put this off to the end just because it was so nasty. I didn't want to deal with it. But that's the back seat. I power washed it because it was just so bad. And I literally just took all the carpet out of the car and just started hosing it down. It took a couple hours of hosing out and pressure washing the carpet just to make it look good. But thankfully, once I was done with it, it did actually look pretty decent. But it was like hours of this. It took a couple days to clean this car, man. It was so far gone. And I actually ended up getting some sponsored floor mats for this car, some rubber liners. And if this isn't an advertisement to get rubber liners, I don't know what is. I mean, no one's going to take their car apart and just like disassemble it and power wash their whole interior. But this is what you have to do when you just let it get so bad like this. So definitely take care of your cars. Keep them clean. If you maintain it all the time, it's not this difficult. Yeah, clean your cars.
All right, guys, here's a before and after. I did about 3 tanks on the carpet extractor, and there it is. I mean, when you're doing it, you keep thinking, oh, it's not good, it's still bad. And then you look at what it was, and you're like, oh, it did actually get a lot better, even though it's still not perfect. I tried really hard to get the rest of that out, but it just won't come out. So, but I mean, that's still a great before and after. All right, guys, so here's the final product of the Camry. I'm actually out here trying to sell it, but this is the walk around. This is a little dusty right now. It's been sitting for a little while, but it's after I buffed it. There's still a lot of scratches on it, but these new headlights look way better than the original ones did. The wheels cleaned up pretty good. The paint on this side's a lot better, actually. And if we look on inside in the interior here, night and day difference, dude. Like, these floor mats and the seat covers really make this thing nice. And even the carpets underneath, I was actually able to get them to clean up really nice. So this came out a lot better. We put that new center console in here. As you remember, the old one was just ripped up and gone. We got our awesome Apple CarPlay head unit with the backup camera that is great because this car didn't even have a backup camera. I also added a new shift knob that is, I think, from 4Runner. It doesn't fit amazing, but it's really nice though, and it's got a nice leather finish on it. It's way better than the old one because the old one would get slimy whenever the car got hot. It was really weird, so I threw that away and got this new one. Here's the engine bay. Engine's running good. I got it all nice and cleaned up compared to how nasty it was before. It's got a good battery. The car has good tires on it. The only thing is that the transmission still is a little shaky between gear shifting at low speeds. But if you give it a lot of gas, you're on the highway, it drives totally fine. I also attempted to drift stitch that a little bit so that the thing isn't flopping around. It still kind of hangs off. That's not really amazing, but this side's a lot more secure now. And again, it's It's not an amazing job, but it's a cheap car, and it's secure now, and that's all that matters. Going around here, this side is a lot better than it was. Back here in the trunk, we added the camera, and I added LED license plate lights. This is the under tray, I forgot to install that, and this is the original crappy radio that I will give to the new owner, as well as our rubber floor mats. The taillight has no more water in it. So yeah, there she is. Still has, I couldn't get the stickers off, and I'd probably have to remove the tint, and I don't want to do that, but there it is. Looking nice. I'll let you know how much it sells for. I was also able to clear out the check engine light. That was nothing really, it just needed to be driven. It still has a tire pressure light on. That's because according to America's Tire and the guy that checked them, the front two sensors are bad, and I don't care. You can drive an old car that doesn't even have that, so that's not an important thing. What was important, obviously, was the check engine light and making it pass smog, which that went away, and the car passed smog no problem. Car drives pretty good on the highway. It's smooth. It does have a little bit of a clunk, which might be a sway bar. I'm not really sure. But overall, I mean, it's a good car, man. Good car.